Grazie and benvenuti. Thank you for being here with us today. We decided to arrange this webinar to introduce a little bit more about our tours, and besides the tours that we do in Italy, also the tours outside of Italy. And we do have different ones and also new ones boiling in the pot for future. But so today we will talk about mainly about three itineraries. So the here it is the topic of today, and so we will talk. Of course, I will give you an introduction of our tours. Jean, you are kind of familiar with the structure, but also for the other people that are here with us today, I will give an introduction of the structure of our tours in general and what Nadas Italy does. And then we will go and look and have an overview of the tours that we arrange and we offer outside of Italy, such as Spain, and then Portugal, France, and Greece. And
Okay.
then, as I said, there will be also others. So, in general, just to give an idea of Nadas Italy and introduce our company for the ones who don't know us and are here for the first time with us and with our family, Nadas Italy started 22 years ago. Nada, the founder, she's from Florence, and most of us are from Italy as well. And we created these itineraries that are all like focusing on specific region. And so we can dive in that region and explore it and relax it and not rush from one thing to the other one. We, though, have one that instead goes to multiple regions from Venice, Florence, and Rome. So that is one of the for the most popular one for the first timers. But in general, our tours are very relaxed. We like to combine, of course, the main sites, but we also want you to experience the real life, the locals, and we try to go off the beaten path. And for this reason, in fact, our slogan is tours for people that don't go on tours. And in order to do that one, we also travel with small vans. There are usually 7 passenger vans or sometimes with 14 passengers. This one depends on the itineraries. Like for instance, Jean, in your case, when you guys travel through Tuscany, in order to reach the town of the heart of the little towns, of course, we need to move with small vehicles so we can actually be drop off just in the main square or in the city center.
Hmm.
And so this one is the structure that we use for all our tours, both in Italy and outside of Italy. They are all for a very, very small group. We have a minimum of 6 people and a maximum of 12 people when we travel. And this is one of the things that our clients like, this kind of intimacy. We create that they get together and they, for 10 days, they build relationship, they build friendship, and often we have clients that returns with the same friends that they met on the previous tour and they want to do another one. In fact, if you guys check, we have wonderful, wonderful reviews from our clients and their experiences. Lots of information you can find also on our blogs and on the reviews of all our clients. So That picture is from Florence. That since I was mentioning that Nada, the founder, is from Florence, that one is actually a picture of Florence, and that one on the left side of the picture is one of our tour guide, Elisa. If we can go to the next slide, I want also to give you a kind of an overview also of Nada's Italy and the departments. Of course, the core of Nada's Italy are the signature tours. The tours that are already pre-arranged, that are for this group of 6 to 12 people. They usually are for 11 days and 10 nights. We have a couple ones that are shorter ones, but in general, this one is the length. And so we keep the same one also for our tours outside of Italy. And then we do also have the department of the by design, where we personalize itinerary, create tailor-made itineraries and packages, kind of like the one that Jean you guys did as well. So then we'll include everything. The transportation will pick you up at the airport, transfer you to your hotel. We'll include the accommodation and then all the unique activities, private tour guides, and all the packages can be arranged, of course, based on the needs of the clients, their expectation, the length of their stay, the destinations. And we do different type of trips. We do family reunions with the honeymoons, multi-generational ones, a group of friends, and of course, all of them can include a variety of activities as well. And this one can be arranged both in Italy and in other European country, like, of course, Spain, France, Portugal, and Greece as well. And so today we will dive into our signature tours outside of Italy. As I said, they follow the same structure of the Italian ones. They are for 11 days and 10 nights. All the tours start on a Friday and end on a Monday. So they will give you 2 weekends in the middle. And this one is very good for, of course, people that still need to get vacation days to enjoy their trips. And if we can go to the next slide, we will start with our Magic of Spain tour. This tour of 11 days and 10 nights starts and ends in Madrid. And this one includes the first 2 nights in Madrid. Then we will go down to Cordoba. As you can see, if we can follow the map, we will go down to Cordoba and we will stay in Cordoba for 2 nights. Then we will continue to Granada for other 2 nights. And then we go to Sevilla for 3 nights, and then we end back in Madrid for the last night, so your flight could be in and out of Madrid. Now, the transportation mainly will be by bus, but since the destination are far away, we will actually have 2 experiences on the train, because we will go from Madrid down to Cordoba by train, and then we will return to Madrid from Sevilla by high-speed train as well. So we'll experience also a train ride in Spain. This is something that we don't do in Italy because the destination are kind of closer to each other. And as I was saying, we start with the first couple nights in Madrid. And while in Madrid, of course, we will visit the city. Will visit the beautiful, incredible royal palace, as you can see on the picture on the right, with the 2 big lions. We will also visit the Prado Museum, and that one we will visit on the actually on this Sunday before departing and leaving Madrid, but and on Saturday we will enjoy an excursion to Toledo. As you can see on the right side of the picture, there is this fortress on top of this hill that is so imponent, and it is incredible how to see from far away when you arrive towards the city, and then you will enjoy also all the little streets, because it's kind of like a maze-like town with all the little streets. And so this one will be kind of our first 3 days in Madrid. So it will be a mix of Madrid and then a day trip to Toledo. Then after that one on Sunday, we will take the train and we will go down to Cordoba. And then so in Cordoba, now we will enjoy a different style and different atmosphere from the big city. We come down to the Andalusia area, and so over here we'll dig into all the flavors. During our stay in Cordoba, of course, we will visit this incredible mezquita that is like a cathedral. Before it was, of course, a mosque, but then it was taken from and changed from the Christianity into the cathedral, and that is incredible. And then we will also enjoy a visit to a family oil mill, because Andalusia is famous for the olive oil. It's probably 80% of the production of olive oil comes from this area. We will visit a winery and we will taste their wine, but we'll also have fun and have a fun cooking class over there and then eat in their courtyard. And the cooking class, of course, we'll make paella. And we will also make the tomato soup famous of the area, the salmorejo. So those will be the main dishes that we will prepare, and we will be immersed in the countryside. So it will be nice to move from the big city and go down to the countryside. And then after these 2 nights in Cordoba, we will move to Granada. And Granada is an incredible town. It's an UNESCO site. So the Alhambra and the gardens, as you can see over there on the pictures, are magnificent. And not only because of this building, this structure, incredible, and all the decoration and everything, but also this location, because it's perched on this mountain, on this hill, and from there you can see all the mountains that surround you, but also you can have incredible views of the cities as well. And in fact, we do enjoy dinner over there at sunset as well. And then of course we will visit we'll spend time in the old neighborhood, in the old town. And this one will be for a couple of nights. And then after that one, from Granada, we will move and we will go to Sevilla. And that one will be the lively part of our tour before then ending back to Madrid. Sevilla is the quintessential city of Spain, and with the flamenco that we will experience, of course, over there will be a special evening. We'll have a performance, we will have dinner, we'll enjoy the flamenco, and We will visit, of course, Sevilla and Alcazar, the incredible building of Alcazar. But we will also enjoy lunch in the market, the Triana market and Triana district that is very famous in Sevilla. And also, while we are in Sevilla, we will take a day trip and we will go to Ronda, and that is in the area of the white villages, the Pueblos Blancos, and Ronda. It's really a fairy tale town with cobblestones, and we will. To reach her, we will actually pass by Sara de la Sierra and all the natural park. So it will be a really nice day trip from Sevilla. And we will visit the town, but we will also have time just to stroll around because there are a lot of like cute cafe and stores where we can spend some times. And then we will return back to Sevilla for our final night in Sevilla before taking the train the next day on Sunday. We will take the train and we will return to Madrid for our final night in Madrid before returning back to the States or continue to another destination. Over here, you can see some pictures, so some memories on the last day of the trip. As you can see on the left side, they are preparing all the dishes or all the ingredients of the cooking class. You see, they are actually working on the food in the courtyard of this farm. This one is the winery where we go. And then in the second picture in the middle, they are actually in the terrace with vineyards on their back, olive trees on the front, and on the right pictures over there, there is our group at the end of the trip with our tour director, Rosa from Spain. So this is a quick overview of our Spain tour. And after that one, we can pass to another tour to another destination. So a neighbor of Spain, Portugal. And also this tour, a little sip of water, un poco di acqua, and then next to the next destination. Now we fly into Portugal. Portugal, another 11-day, 10 nights trip itinerary. This one is a little bit less moving around than the Spain one, because actually with this itinerary, even if we fly into a city in Lisbon and we fly out from Porto, or anyway, the tour starts in Lisbon and in Porto, then you can fly in and out of Lisbon or into Lisbon and out of Porto. That depends on the best option for you. But besides that we start in a place and end in another one, we actually change only 3 hotels, because we are going to spend 4 nights in Lisbon, then 2 nights in the wine region, the Douro Valley in Pinhal, and then the last 4 nights will be in Porto. And so for the first 4 nights, when we are in Lisbon, we will focus, of course, on mainly and primarily on Lisbon, but we will also take a day trip. So Lisbon is an incredible, very lively city, but Lisbon and Portugal is a little bit different than Spain. First of all, it's not as touristic as Spain. It's not as popular for many international traveler like it is Spain. He has more like European travelers, and so it's still very, very authentic. And Lisbon, the um, core of the town is the Belém district, famous also for, of course, its tower that you can see over there in the water. I mean, is incredible, and we will enjoy also some music and typical of Portugal, the fado performance as well. And from there, we will take a day trip. We will take a day trip to Sintra, and we will visit the National Peña Palace that you can see on the picture on the right side. This incredible palace, a huge palace, so colorful, part red, part yellow. And from there, you can, on the days that the sky is clear, you can actually see Lisbon because it's not far away and it's very, very up high on the mountain. And then we will also see and go to Cascais, I'm sorry, lovely town, coastal town. And so we will do a combination of countryside or inland and coastal towns as well during the same day. And also, of course, like in most of all our tours, we will have a fun cooking class in the center of Lisbon. Now, Portugal is being mainly, of course, on the Atlantic and near the coast, the area that we're visiting. Fish is one of the primary dish. So most likely we will prepare different like clams or bacalao, it's like codfish, and then different pastry because of course pastel de Belém or also the arroz, it's very, very good. So after these 4 nights in Lisbon, we will make our way towards the north of Portugal in the direction of the wine region. And while we go towards the north, since it will be quite of a drive that day, we will actually break it and we will visit the town of Obidios, that it's really, really like an enchanting little town in the countryside. And then from there, we will instead move to Nazar, that is a coastal town, famous with a very laid-back vibe, and also famous for the incredible cliff and big waves. So we will have these breaks along the way before we arrive in the wine region of the Douro. And over there will be 2 days of really, really relaxing time, immersing ourselves in the peaceful countryside. We will take a boat ride along the Douro River. Of course, we will visit the quintas, so the winery of the area. We'll have wine tasting. It will be just a moment to kind of relax, enjoy the slow pace of the vacation. And after that 2 days, we will continue and we will go to Porto. That will be our final destination for the next 4 nights. And in Porto, of course, we will visit the historical center, so colorful with lots of market. And Porto, of course, we will taste and visit the cellars of the Porto wine and enjoy also a couple of day trips from Porto. We will go to Coimbra, and that is one of the oldest university of Portugal and actually in Europe. And then we will go to Aveiro. Aveiro is kind of like the Venice of Portugal because of all its canals and colorful buildings. And in fact, as you can see on the picture on the bottom, that one. It's the typical, traditional boat, the moliciero, and we will actually enjoy a ride on one of those along the canals. So we will have this fascinating experience and excursion from Porto. And then another excursion that we will take while we are in Porto is that we will go to Braga. Braga is actually one of the oldest town, and it's also very, very famous because of the strong religious influences that he has, and the architectures, the gardens. So that one will be, it's very close to Porto, so it will be easy, short day trip that we will take over there. And then we will complete our journey with a farewell dinner along the coast on the beach of Porto. So this one will be our Portugal experience and journey for 11 days and 10 nights. And we say goodbye to everybody over here. Just to give you some tipping of the on these pictures. On the first one here, we are actually in Lisbon at the market to try all the different cold cuts and cheeses of the area. That one, of course, in the middle, we are cooking and having fun over there. And the one on the right is our relaxing boat ride in the Douro wine region. As you can see, everybody is very relaxed over there and enjoying just the beautiful sceneries. And this is our second itinerary outside of Italy. And here we are with another neighbors of Spain. They're all connected. Our third tour, Paris and Provence tour. This one is actually our first tour outside of Italy that we created many years ago. We actually tweaked it because initially we were doing even more of that one. We were also doing Bordeaux, but then we decided to focus and relax and enjoy more just two part of France. And so with these 11 days and 10 nights, also for this one, we will start and end in Paris. So you can fly in and out from the same city. But also for this one, like for the Portugal, we are not going to change many hotels. We are going to be the first 4 nights in Paris. And then we are moving to the Provence region for 5 nights. And then our final night, we will return back to Paris in order to fly out the following day if people want to return back home or if they want to continue to go somewhere else. And so the first 4 days will get immersed in Paris and all the historical sites of Paris, or many of the historical sites of Paris, because of course we will visit the Louvre. We will visit. We'll go and visit Versailles and its garden. We will also take a day trip with Versailles. We will also go to see the Monet House and Monet Gardens in Giverny. But then when we are in Paris, we will go and discover all the different neighborhoods. We'll go to Montmartre. We'll do a food sampling, food tour in Saint Germain area. And then, of course, we will do a cruise along the Seine River. And then we from the after these 4 days in Paris, we will take the train and we will continue and go down. Oh, one thing, sorry, before we move to out of Paris, we have a big picture over here or of the Eiffel Tower. We will not go up to the Eiffel Tower, but of course we will see it. And the nice thing of being 4 days in Paris is that you will also have time at leisure to enjoy things that you want to do on your own. Of course, shopping, but for instance, climbing up on the Eiffel Tower. We will enjoy the Luxembourg Garden together. We will also visit Notre Dame since now it's open again. And then, as I was saying, we will leave Paris and by train, high-speed train, the TGV, we will go down to the Provence region. The train will be from Paris to Avignon. It's a 3-hour train ride. And then in Avignon, there will be a driver waiting for us, and he will take us to the fairy tale town of Uzès. Uzès will be our base for the next 5 nights in Provence. Uzès is a fairy tale town. You feel that you are back in time where you are there. And with all these little stores, the city center has a main square, and then all the buildings all around with all the arches that are connected one to each other. A really, really cute and charming village. And from there, we will, of course, visit the Pont du Gard, so the Roman aqueduct, and you can see on the top picture. As a matter of fact, in Uzès, there is also one of the starting part of the aqueduct is very, very little. You cannot even recognize it. We did it and we walked down. We kind of did a short hike down to go and see the origin of this aqueduct. And then it's just at the bottom of the little town of Uzès. And then from Uzès, besides Pont du Gard, we will of course go and enjoy a day in Avignon to visit the Palace of the Pope, to have lunch over there and have time at leisure. The picture that you see down there is in fact the Palace of the Popes. And we will visit the famous Châteauneuf du Pape wine region and enjoy wine tasting of course, while we are there. But we also take a day trip to Gordes and Roussillon that are two little towns famous. They face each other. When you are in one, you can see the other one and you can wave at the other town. Roussillon, famous because for its red rocks and red buildings. So that one will be a really nice excursion. And if we're lucky, we may see also some lavender fields. Those, of course, depend on the time of the season. And while we are in Uzès, we will also enjoy a day. We will be there during market day. They have the market on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So one of those days we will be there for the market. We will enjoy the market. The market is in the main square that is called Place de l'Herbe, that is the square of the herbs, and there are all the stalls with they sell lavenders, they sell cheese and breads and clothes and linen, and so we will enjoy the morning over there, and then we will also have a cooking class with traditional tarts and quiche, all the things that you will come out from that cooking class, not only with a full belly, but also with so many ideas for your next party with different like finger foods and fun recipe for your next party when you're back to the States. After these 5 nights in Uzès and in Provence, we will take the train back and return to Paris for one last. We will arrive back in Paris by lunchtime or right after lunch, and then we will have the rest of the afternoon at leisure. So then you can do your last minute shopping or strolling around, and then the next morning we say goodbye. And here are some pictures of our group. The one on the left, they are in Paris, as you can see on the back over there. There is the Notre Dame, I'm sorry. And then the one in the middle instead is the Pont du Gard. Over there, we are actually down because you visit the Pont du Gard and you go and visit the aqueduct from the top, but then you can actually walk down near the river. And so this is where we are. And that one is actually, we stopped at a wine and have a wine tasting between when we were going from Gourds to Roussillon. We said, why not? Let's have a glass of wine. And this is the end of our France tour, the Paris and Provence tour. These 11 days immersed in beautiful destination. And then finally, last but not least, we have our last edition, the Legend of Greece tour. 11 days of incredible history, archaeology, beautiful sceneries, stunning seaside areas. Mm. We start in Athens and we end in Santorini. And during this itinerary, we will spend the first 3 nights in Athens. Then we will move to the Peloponnese peninsula and we will stay in Nafplio for 2 nights. Then we will go to Olympia for 1 night, since of course it's far away, it's better to overnight over there. And then we will return to Athens for 1 night to get ready to fly out and go to Santorini for the last 3 nights of our itinerary. So it will be a combination of, as I was saying, of history, archaeology, great food, great wine, and then, of course, relaxation near the water. For the first 3 days, so we will be in Athens, and of course, we will visit the Acropolis and the Parthenon, those majestic temples and all the areas. We will visit the Acropolis Museum as well. You guys will have time at leisure, but we will also go and discover the Plaka, that is the historic district of Athens, very lively. We will eat incredible, delicious food over there, of course, with, moussaka, souvlaka, and the yogurt with fresh fruit and the honey. Incredible, incredible, all very, very good. I still remember the taste in my mouth. And from Athens, we'll actually also take a easy day trip, not even. We will go out to Cape Sonio and then we will see the Temple of Poseidon. That is actually the picture that you guys see on the bottom right. And the beauty of this area is because of the position really at it's a cape, so it's at the end of, and then you can see the entire the water and the sunset is incredible over there. In fact, we'll go there in the afternoon because we want to enjoy the sunset over there, and we will have dinner in around the area near the beach to really enjoy a relaxing, a beautiful evening. And that one will be actually the last night that we will be in Athens before proceeding down to the Peloponnese Peninsula. So the following days after these 3 days, 3 nights in Athens, we will move and we will go to Nafplio. On the way to Nafplio, we will stop in the Nemea region, and that one is one of the most famous wine region in Greece. And so we will visit a family-owned winery. We will visit the estate, and then have wine tasting and enjoy a delicious meal with their specialties of the area. Our base, as I said, will be Nafplio, and Nafplio is a beautiful resort town on directly on the water with incredible seaside views, very, very romantic, very easy to walk around. It will be a really magical time to stay there. And from Nafplio, we will also visit Epidaurus, that is an ancient theater. You can see on the bottom right. Be careful when you're there and what you say, because when you are in the center of the stage, if you whisper something, everybody on the top can hear you. The acoustic is incredible over there. And, and then from there, we will move from Nafio, we will move for one night to Olympia. We'll spend the night in Olympia so we can visit, of course, the birthplace of the Olympic Games. I mean, 2,700 years ago, and then they started it. And while we are there, not only we visit the areas and the archaeological site, but we will also enjoy specialties of the areas, because over there are different olive oil mills. So we will visit an olive oil mills, and we will visit a honey farm as well that are particular in that area. And after that one, we will say goodbye to the Peloponnese Peninsula and we will return back to Athens. So then we can overnight and get ready for our flight to go to Santorini. And now the relaxed part starts in Santorini. Santorini will be all about incredible water, swimming in beautiful blue sea, and then also we will take a boat excursion to the hot springs, and we will have a wine tasting while we are on the islands as well, because Santorini, because of the volcanic ashes, has great wine, and like Sicily, where I'm from. And we will also visit Akrotiri, that is also as well with having time in Fira and Ia, that are the little town of, or anyway, major town in Santorini. So this last part of the itinerary in Santorini is more about beautiful sceneries, relaxing, enjoying incredible breathtaking scenes of the coast, and then From there, you can fly out and return back to the States, or Santorini could be also a good start if you want to continue to go and visit other islands nearby, because with a 2 hour ferry, you can reach also other destinations. So with Santorini, our itinerary in Greece, our journey ends in Santorini on the Monday morning. So this is an overview of all our tours that we are currently running twice each year. And then, as I was saying, we also have another tour that we are preparing in Switzerland, but I'm not going to say anything else about it. But we are very, very excited about this one. Now, after this overview of all the itineraries that we have outside of Italy, we have some time for some questions. If there are some questions, we do have here a list of question that we usually have. Can I see what the tours are like? Of course, on our website, you guys can see all the tours. If you click in the tours of your choice or your preference, you can see the itinerary, the daily itinerary, what's included. There are pictures as well, and then you can find also reviews and blogs about that one on our website. How much walking will I do? So generally we say that in order to enjoy our tours, you have to be able to stand and walk for about 3 hours. Doesn't mean that you will be walking for 3 hours straight, but of course there will be more walking included than we may do when we are at home, because we are visiting many places. Of course, there will be the possibility to sit down some time, but in general, we say that, of course, about 3 hours is the time that we have an activity for. Do I need a passport or a visa? Yes, you do need a passport to travel to all the destination in Europe. Visas, no. Not at the moment. There is an ATS that they are planning to put in place, but they have not decided the date yet. But it's a simple form to fill out whenever they will make it active. It will be just an easy form to fill out. Can you tell me which hotels I'll be staying at? Of course. We can give you an idea of the hotels that we will be booking, but in general, because of course we have different options of hotels that we use, but in general, 60 days prior to your departure is when we send you the final information about your hotels, and so the exact hotels that will be booked. If you want to know it in advance, as I said, of course, we'll be more than happy to share what we are considering. Sometimes we may need to do some changes because maybe we need certain specific rooms that other hotels don't have. So again, you will be able to have all this information. Absolutely. What is the typical wake up time and how early do our day trip starts? So for us, it's a vacation. We want you to enjoy your vacation. So there is no getting up at 6:30 in the morning unless you want to get up and go out or walk or maybe enjoy a book or enjoy your coffee. But we usually gather around 9:30. And we start our days at that time. So after breakfast, after leisurely breakfast, there could be some exceptions for specific destination depending on the entrance ticket. Like I can tell you that when we are in Italy, the Vatican will be an early morning. But in general, our tours are really not early birds starting. We want you to enjoy a relaxing breakfast. Now, besides, of course, me answering these frequently asked question, is there anybody that has any specific question or any other question that we can answer?